I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live even after dying. Everyone who lives in me and believes in me will never, ever die. John chapter 11, verses 25 to 26. The world has lost a bright light. It is with immense sorrow and heavy hearts that we announce the passing of our dearly beloved Joseph Clifford Rene, also known as Bubbles of Bay Street, T-Book Library, who passed at the St. Jude Hospital on Friday, 18 July 2025. He was 78 years old. He was a retired police officer, port police officer, and airport taxi driver of E4. Also served as a clerk of the Library Village Council. Joseph Clifford Rene, also known as Bubbles, was a pillar of strength and a beacon of love. His absence leaves a void in our hearts. He will be deeply missed and forever remembered. He was predeceased by his mother and father, Mary Petrona Rene, also known as Mama Pet, and James Lambert, also known as Labert. Grandmother Louisa Rene, grand aunt Lady Rene, granduncles Samson Rene, better known as Cock, Emmanuel Rene, better known as Manu, Fred Louis, uncles Clifford Rene, Eve Simeon, also known as Mr. Eve, and Peter Simeon, cousins. Pascal Watson Louis, also known as Go Louis, Julius Louis, also known as Hedgeridge, Austin Louis, Milton Louis, also known as Uncle Bale, nephew Ronald Edwin, also known as Bishop Ron, brother Thomas Behrens, sisters Anne-Marie Celita Edward, also known as Ma Chocolo or Atta, and Velina Francisca Evans Xavier. Left to mourn are his wife, Mrs. Cecilia Juliana Ne Hercules Carter Rene, also known as Juju, from Bay Street T-Book Library, retired school teacher of the Library Girls Primary School. 3 children. Daughters Vanessa Sean Rene of the U.S., Kisanka Tara Rene Brooms of the U.S., son Platoon Sergeant Rohan Jamal Joseph of the UK, 3 granddaughters Dakota Brooms, Kiyomi Brooms, Ariella Joseph, son-in-law Denley Brooms of the U.S., daughter-in-law Channeline Tobier of the UK. Brothers Luther Rene of St. Croix, former senator in the Virgin Islands legislature, Eustace Lambert and family of Castries, Vernon Simon, also known as T. Joe of P.I. Library. Beloved aunts Martina Polius, better known as Farah of Barbados, Veronica Polius, better known as Veve of Washington, D.C., mother-in-law Teresa Hercules, also known as Mammy Therese of Library, sisters-in-law Ria Hercules of Castries, Cecil Rene of St. Croix, Virgin Islands. Special mention Bertina Rene of the U.S., brothers-in-law Remus Hercules of Library, Garfield Hercules of the U.S., Bert Hercules, Elvis Hercules, all of the U.S. He leaves behind a loving legacy with his many nieces and nephews, both here and abroad, too numerous to mention. Among them, his nieces Nandi Cecilia Yvonne Hill, Sharma Natasha Rene McIntosh, Taisha Dana Dickerson, Sharifa Thelma Rene Warrican, all of the U.S. Gertrude Edward Scott of Library, Velita Edward Hehold of Castries, Luella Edward Robert of Library, Hermina Edward Irvin of the U.S., Virginia Edward Chico of Canada, Vernell Simon of PI. Nephews Antonius Edward, also known as Atoton of Library, Pascal Edward of Auger, and Cornelius Edward of Library. Left to mourn are children of deceased nephew Ronald Edwin, also known as Bishop Ron, residing in the U.S., Canada, and Guyana, including Chanel Joseph, also known as Shano, who was like a daughter to him. Many grand nieces, nephews, both here and abroad, too numerous to mention individually. Best friend Stephen Brooms, also known as Brushy, and wife Laura Brooms, and family from Laborie. Close friends: Louis Brian Williams, also known as Creole. Aloysius Barthelemy and family of Castries. Kelland Barthelemy and family of Castries. Kennedy Francis, also known as Kelele, Grel Joye, members of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force of V4, members of the Port Authority Force of V4, members of the Airport Taxi Driver of V4. Deceased friends: Augustine Barthelemy, also known as Joe Bomb, Neil Barthelemy and taxi driver Wiggins, family members. The Louis family, the Hercules Cotter family, the Lambert family, the Brooms family, the Simeon family, the Labadie family, the Darcheville family, the Edmonds family, the Edwards family, the James family of Trinidad, the Buckmeyer family of Trinidad, the Prentice family of Trinidad, the Lawrence family of Laborie, a host of other family members too numerous to mention. Heartfelt gratitude is extended to Yvonne Barthelemy, Alma and Garbel Smith and family, and Sherwin Etienne for your countless acts of kindness and compassion, to all our neighboring friends of Bay Street, Laborie, for your generosity and assistance. Special mention to Anthony John, also known as Aldridge, his longtime barber, Michael Sangu, also known as Indian, and Wycliffe Carrasco, for your service. Dr. Kira Natram, his compassionate team of caregivers, Ophelia Charles, Haliana Edwards, Vincent James, also known as Porridge, and Florita Joseph, for your exceptional care and compassion. We welcome all who knew him to join us as we bid farewell to our beloved Joseph Clifford Rene, also known as Bubbles, and celebrate his life. To commemorate his remarkable life and the memories we cherish, a home-going service for the late Joseph Clifford Rene, also known as Bubbles, will be held on Friday, 22nd August 2025 at the Church of the Purification of the Blessed Virgin Mary in Laborie at 2 p.m., and then the body will be laid to rest at the Laborie Cemetery. The body now lies at Lazarus Funeral Home, New Dock Road, V4. May his memory be a blessing.